ScreenRant viewers, be warned. This contains massive spoilers for the ending of The Witcher, Sirens of the Deep, and the spoilers begin right about now. Sirens of the Deep is based on the Andrzej Sapkowski short story, A Little Sacrifice, and originally, the story ends with the mermaid Shena's willingly gaining human legs. She abandons the merpeople to spend her life with Agloval. However, the ending of Sirens of the Deep sees Agloval turning into a merman instead, drinking a potion that allows him to be with Shena's forever. And while this loose adaptation of Sapkowski's story isn't perfect, the shift from the original conclusion gives Agloval so much more growth and even reclaims Shinaz's agency. After being such a spoiled prince, Agloval is forced to mature and prove that he's indeed capable of a little sacrifice. So while the title A Little Sacrifice originally held a grimly sarcastic tone, Sirens of the Deep gives it a wholesome meaning in the ending. As this story is obviously The Witcher's take on The Little Mermaid, the twist was telegraphed from a mile away. Even so, it remains a notable departure from the extremely somber endings of the live-action show's subplots. Rather than a conclusion with mostly cruel lessons about human nature, Sirens of the Deep actually ends happily for a change. And why not? With The Witcher Season 4 on the way, we'll be getting back to the epic mainline narrative very soon. In the meantime, Sirens of the Deep is a good old, feel-good monster hunting adventure that's still firmly planted in the show's roots. And this brings us to the second big third act twist. It was King Uzvelt and the sea witch Melusina who was behind the conflict all along. Despite Agloval and Shinaz living happily ever after, Agloval was practically pushed into this decision by the cruel lies of his father King Uzvelt. Indeed, the king and Melusina's dark alliance was a reminder of the continent's all too realistic geopolitics. As Geralt almost always rightly suspects, the conspiracy goes all the way to the top. In the end, King Uzvelt is given a fate worse than death, to live out the rest of his days abandoned by his sons, witness to the decline of his own proud bloodline.
Now it's all ruined.
Likewise, even though Melusina's dead, the merpeople's royal family won't forget all the blood she spilled anytime soon. This isn't to say that Sirens of the Deep doesn't have a happy ending. However, Agloval and Shinaz will always carry the burden of their family's crimes. Geralt may have stopped a war, but Bremervoord and the merpeople are farther from peaceful cooperation than ever before. That said, even this could scarcely ruin the wholesome image of Geralt and Jaskier just happily on the road. But what do you think? How did you feel about the ending of The Witcher, Sirens of the Deep? Tell us your thoughts in the comments and keep watching ScreenRant.